I get something special for you this time. The brains of the cellular network. Welcome to another episode of Show Don't Tell, the series where we not only talk about technology, but show you how things actually work. And in this episode, we're going to talk about the Monogoto Edge. Today, it's time for a new private network. And this time, we're going to talk about this product, the Monogoto Edge. And the Monogoto Edge runs the core network, which is the centerpiece of any cellular network. Why again would you want to run a private network? Well, there are 4 reasons. First is privacy and security. You own the infrastructure, so you get to define where your data ends up, how it gets routed. 2, cost. You own the network, so you don't have to pay data fees to your mobile operator. 3, low latency. Data doesn't have to be routed to some kind of faraway server, because you run the server yourself. And 4, control. You get to decide the quality of the network, the level of security, and the data routing. You're in full control. Well, what is this Edge? Well, it's in fact not really about the box. It's about the software that runs on it, because it's about the Monogoto core network. And this piece of software you can run on a local server like this one, or you can run it somewhere in the cloud like AWS or Azure. And you can even let Monogoto run it in their cloud, but for less latency and more control and better security, it might be better to run it yourself. So what does it do? It supports 4G and 5G networks and is responsible for data routing to the right endpoints. And to make sure your devices get authenticated and the connection happens in a secure way. This thing by default synchronizes with the Monogoto clouds for device registration and synchronization, allowing you to manage the Edge in the Monogoto hub. But you don't have to. The fun thing is, with this device, you can run a cellular network completely offline, setting it up in such a way that the data never leaves your domain or your local site. Makes it almost impossible to hack into your data. So, shall we get started? Head over to the Monogoto hub. hub.monogoto.io and click the button Order SIM. We can scroll to the part Edge 4G, 5G. We click Next and we order this Monogoto Edge. Once ordered, you get it in your mailbox within a couple of days. So let's open it up. Open it up and there is the Monogoto Edge. It comes with a bunch of cables. First, we get the Ethernet cable from my local router. We connect it to the left port of the Edge. Then we get our private network, which I've set up right here. So this private radio has an Ethernet cable as well, which I plug to the right side of the Monogoto Edge. The Edge can support multiple radios simultaneously, both 4G and 5G. All you need to do is add a switch to allow more radios to be connected. Then finally, we have the power cable, which we're gonna connect as well, and that automatically boots out the Monogoto Edge. You can hear it zooming, the ventilation. Okay, it's set up, it runs. We need to give it a few minutes to fully boot up. And then we head back to the Monogoto hub to see if it's connected. Let's go. We select private networks. And as the Edge comes fully pre-configured, it should already be added to your account. So we click the device and here we can find that one Edge is connected, this one, and one radio is connected, that one. And we have the backhaul, which is the connection with the Monogoto cloud. So let's open up the Monogoto Edge. If we look at the Monogoto Edge, then we can find all the details that can be fully configured, including all of the event logs. Once available, the active things are shown here, and we can find the radio that is connected to the Edge itself. So everything seems to work, and the Edge as well as the radio are fully functioning. Now let's try to connect an IoT device. So I'm using the Walter board, my dev kit, and I'm gonna connect directly to my computer. Then I'm opening up the serial monitor, allowing me to send AT commands directly to this device. So first, I need to turn the radio on. And I see that it's connected as of now, but it's not connected just yet to this private network. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to conduct a full network scan. So the device scans all networks around and hopefully it sees this private network as well. So let's give it a minute. And there we have it. So we see the response of this AT command. And here we find something interesting. Apart from Vodafone and KPN, we see a private network with the name 315010. And this is the Monogoto private network. So let's connect to this network. And again, this might take a minute. With one Monogoto SIM, you can connect to both public and private cellular networks. And it looks like we are connected. Let's try it again. And yes, we are connected to this private network. Now the final check is sending a ping to the network. And there we go. 3 pings are sent to the network from this device via the Monogoto Edge using that specific radio behind me. It all seems to work. Now let's have a final look at the Monogoto hub. We directly see there's one device connected. If we scroll down, current active things, then we see this device, Walter, with this specific ICC ID that has been connected just a second ago. So this concludes the demo of setting up the private network using the Monogoto Edge, the brains of this private network. And if you would like to learn more and try it out yourself, head over to the Monogoto hub to order your Edge yourself. And this video went a little too fast. Don't worry, because everything is written down in the documentation. So head over to docs.monogoto.io, select private networks, Monogoto Edge, and there you can find all the details of the Edge that I used here today. So thank you so much for watching. My name is Lawrence, and this was another episode of Show Don't Tell. Hope to see you here again next time.